Welcome to Insights. I'm Eric. I want to do a quick grains report update. I'm not going to put this in any one of the grain reports specifically. I'm going to tie this into, and we're going to call it grains. We're going to leave this open for everyone who's participating in these reports. We're going to talk about it fast. And anyone who's looking on, we can see what we actually talk about when we have these reports there, in addition to the conversations that we have inside reviews, inside the matrix. They're fairly complicated, and right now they're complicated in terms of the cycles. You can see anyone who's following any of the stuff inside the matrix for years knows that these cycle readings are extended, they're bold, they're red, they're powerful. Even the primary trend's starting to get up there. Corn has a price cycle that's almost 2. All of these have to be looked at in terms of long term. So risks are rising substantially. But again, the energy build, which we have talked about, and I'm going to talk quickly here, they are dropping, which is a common sign of distribution into a rally, which means energy is being released, fuel is being burned, but they're not as negative as they seem. I mean, in fact, corn had a more negative energy build last week, and it's picked up from that. It's still negative. It was minus, I think, negative 373. It's jumped up to minus 64. That's you don't see that when price rallies. I mean, what it's telling you is the market has distortions in it. People are still quietly hedging those positions or getting a little bit long, even as price rallies. And we're going to take a look at that in specific. I'm going to open up another database. I don't want to go too long, but one of the things we talked about in the corn, beans, and wheat report was this cycle of distribution that takes place after a bullish energy build. Bullish energy build, and then it releases. And it takes a minimum amount of time to release that energy. And in March is just not a target for that minimum amount of time. I'm not going to give up the ghost in terms of telling everyone what the secret and where we're expecting this to go. Again, if you're participating in any of these reports, you can go look, and we talk about how long this release of the energy build is going to take. A lot of this probably doesn't make any sense, but it's going to take more time than we're giving it right now. So what we want to do is we want to open up a secondary database here and take a look at what I consider to be the grains composite, which is a combination of all three of these markets together in terms of the energy build. And while it pops up, we're going to, well, here it is. We're going to take a look, and here's wheat down here, and I think this corn's pink, and blue is soybeans, and and you can see wheat's catching up quite a bit, and it's positioned to do that. But what the computer is saying here is it's taking the composite energy build of these three markets simultaneously. And we had this powerful energy build here. We had one in 2020 that turned the market that nobody saw. Then we had another powerful energy build as the markets went in consolidation and everyone was going to call a top. These are bullish. Anything with readings above 40 are exceptionally bullish. And then when you get DI2 close to plus 40, it's a powerful build. And what we can see is now as prices rallied here, the DI has released, and it's releasing lower down to a below the minus 40 threshold, but it's not really moving particularly fast. And what we have to notice is that DI2 probably needs to fall below the minus 40 threshold as well. And you can see in the past it goes well below that. We're still at minus 24. So there's a lot of room here still to go. And I'm going to head back to the matrix. I'm going to make a few observations without going specifically into the details of each market. We have more room to run in terms of the energy build. And then if you frame that within the cycle of time that exists in a normal release of energy, as well as the seasonality, I am really surprised that everyone's still quite bearish here in March, with the exception of wheat. And yet wheat, again, if you're watching that report, it was due to catch up from the long-term intermarket trends. But as we enter the spring here and we reach the seasonally weak period, which usually starts in the middle of summer across the board, it is amazing that people are openly bearish at this point. It's not something I would look at and say, yeah, I agree. So other than that, I don't want to go into this too long. I don't have that much time, and the audio quality is not that great considering where we're, what tools I'm using here. I'm not in my normal recording studio, so bear with it all. Keep that in mind. The corn and beans and wheat market aren't what they seem, and it is going to likely get a little bit more crazy as we head forward here. And I just wanted to focus on the energy builds and the releasing of that and the speed of it doing that. It's not going very fast. And even though these numbers are extremely stacked, it can push the patience and limits, and it can cause a lot of people to lose a lot of money. If you have any questions, let us know. If not, consider participating in any one of these grain market reports. There's numerous reports. They're on the report page. Normally, subscription, you can get one report within that. Every other subscription is usually about $200, or report access is about $200 after that. You just go and find the logo of the market you're interested in. You click that link and you plug in the code for that report, and you will see a series of videos, and it's chronologically. They're put up chronologically, and this is what we talk about. It's kind of like a roadmap of how the market moves in terms of the evolution of the trade, in terms of energy, and it is something that you find that the computer is fairly accurate at doing this stuff, and it does provide, I mean, I can't view markets without the matrix here. Reports are discussions of the matrix, and really a subscription to the matrix goes hand in hand. So other than that, enjoy your weekend, keep an eye on the grain market, and try to understand that energy is playing a big role in all of this. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys real soon.